You want the origin story of the wizard? Me. Myself. You're asking. Okay. Alright. I'll tell you. Some say that I don't have an origin story. Some may tell you that I'm only a mere myth, a mere legend. Some don't believe me at all with their fucking fairy tale dreams. They think I'm not real. They think my magic is fake. They think my skills, what I possess, is just not something that they can comprehend. To some degree, that is true. Mainly because, well, they can't comprehend it. Their mere minds, the mortal muggle minds, can't comprehend that level of magic that I possess. Jesus. But how I came to be, though, that is what you're wanting, is it not? That is what feeds your mind. That is what feeds your motivation, your adrenaline inside your little muggle pumping veins that burst through your heart at multiple beats per minute. This is what you want. It all started long ago. It's not the appropriate scene for this. It all started long ago. A very, very many century. For I'm still a young wizard. A young prodigy, some may say. For I should not possess the level of magic and power that I got currently. It wasn't by choice. For most of it was by mere luck. And being at the right place. At the right time. Gonna have to kill him. Are these guys playing at all? Yes, but by mere luck and just being at the right place at the right time. You see, those approximately year 1308 Muggle terms. I was a lonely cornfield picker. That's right, I was shuck corn back in 1308. You feel me? I shucked corn so much to where my right arm was much bigger than anybody else in my town. That's right, we did it by hand. Think about 1308. Think about that year. There wasn't much tools. There wasn't much blacksmithing. Mainly the only thing they made were swords and shields and armor for jousting and their silly sword games and wars. Me, though, the smiggs, I wasn't concerned about any of that. I was born into a family only to lose them upon birth. You see, we were being invaded. Our little town was being invaded. My father didn't live, he was fighting the Great War. I hear stories, though, that he was a great cleric. That's right, a great cleric. And that's how you kill a giant with a flick of your wrist. He was a great cleric, you see. And I never knew him, I never met him. I never met any of my family. When I was born, my mother died. Birth complications and such. I had a big head, you see. I had a really large head. That's right, I'm not afraid to talk about it. Had a very large head. And birth complications, there wasn't, as today, Muggles think of 21st century, whoa, marvels, like, well, we got medicine, we got aspirin, we got the EpiPens and shit. No, it's like, nothing like that occurred back in 1308, you see. Anyway, you gotta think about this time, you gotta put yourself in those people's shoes back in 1308. In Muggle terms. In Wizard terms, 1308 is not existent. It just doesn't exist. Anyway, I was born For the Godfather, wasn't really a Godfather at all. My parents, to me, was told that they were loners. Not many people adored them or liked them in any which way. They were hated. People didn't like witches back then, you know. Remember Salem witch trials, right? If it spanned back from that time era. People were afraid. People did not like others who claimed that they were wizards and clerics and mages, magicians, all this. They didn't care about it. They didn't care for it. There we go. Yeah, they didn't care for it, you know? They just decided to... They brushed it off their shoulders, put them in prison cells, mental hospitals, mental areas, things of such, because they just really didn't want to deal with it. You know, they didn't want to comprehend that level of magic. So... Oh, here we go. So I was taken in by a mere farmer, a corn farmer at that. They decided to pick me up out of the dumpster. They were going to throw me away. No one wanted the son of a wizard. They disgraced it. They thought it was a sin. But this farmer here, they took me in. His name was John, Farmer John. Yes, John went back then. Yes, that was the name. Farmer John, that's how he was known. He did not have a last name, no. For some reason, McSmigglesworth ran in their family, and I was named after his great-grandfather. Yes. Ooh. I was named after his great-grandfather, right? Farmer John named me McSmigglesworth at that time in 1308. Took me in. Anyway, so 20 years passed in Muggle terms, right? 20 years passed. I always felt something burning inside of me. Always felt that there was a bigger calling. I felt a bigger destiny, something greater inside of me. Something was pulling me away from the farm. For 20 years, I only knew things of the farming ways. To grow food, how to possess all this stuff, how to make moonshine from the corn, hence the dizzy potions. That's where it all draws from. It's crazy how it all wraps around. But anyway, the corn has a big symbolic meaning inside McSmigglesworth's life, because the dizzy potions mean so much to me and the community. Anyway, so for 20 years I was farming, grew strong, built up my body, and if those who don't know, the wizard body is much stronger than that of a mere muggle. Muggles don't comprehend the strength of a wizard. Fucking shit. Here we go. There it is. Nice. And muggles don't comprehend that strength of a wizard. Our bodies are meant to hold more strength and dexterity because of the mana that's coursing inside our veins. The mana is important. Anyway, approached me. Once, as I said before, I always knew that there was a growing power inside of me. There was something unnatural about it. Farmer John felt it. I felt it. There was some aurora. And one day, while we were out shucking corn, I reached to grab one of the plants, one of the stalks, one of the corn stalks to shuck. I reached, and out of my fingertips surged electricity, static shock. And you think of the static shock that most muggles get from rubbing their socks on the carpets and touching their little friend, and they're all giggling, you know, and they touch their friend. No, it wasn't like that. I'm telling you, the strength of a lightning storm extruded from thy fingertips onto the cornfields. And let me tell you, a thunderstorm erupted, burnt literally 3 acres of land, all from a reach. No idea how it happened. I did not hone this skill at all. This is my first experience of this type of magic. And with that type of damage, 3 acres of land gone, burnt, incinerated from that electricity, from the palm, from the fingertips. You can't keep that secret. You can't keep that secret in a small town. It's a small town of Winterbury. That's right, Winterbury. That's where I grew up. And raised by Farmer John. But anyway, word got out. It spread. People started to fear me. I couldn't go into town any longer. People didn't like my presence. All my friends that I once knew, they were gone. No one liked me. No one wanted to talk to me. They shunned me. They shunned me out of the towns, out of the churches, out of the general stores, everything. I could not even buy a single slice of bread from the farmer's market. They did not want my business. It was wild. I'd never seen anything like it. But this power that I felt, I started to hone it. I started to teach myself the ways of wizardry, of magic. I started to realize that there was much more that wanted to get out of me. I wanted to use the mana that was inside of me. So, as I started to hone this myself, I grew a lot. That's a lot of attention, I know. That's a lot of attention. So, I started to grow this power. It's inside. If you don't know what mana feels like, let me tell you, it's like a power. It's a gut feeling. It's something that just burns and desires and wants to get out of your gut. Some singers experience this. Like, I don't know if you ever sung before, but you fucking get that feeling inside your gut, and you fucking wish to get it out. And it's the most incredible feeling. Wow, that did no damage. That was crazy. This burning desire to get it out and to let it out. It's a beautiful feeling. But anyway, eventually, I was approached by someone of grand magnitude. I can't speak his name. I'm not allowed to speak his name. Because he snuck me in to Arcane University. The School of Wizardry. The ancient School of Wizardry. No one knows about it. No one knows of its location. People know it exists. Because it's been talked about. It's hard to keep something like that a secret. The Grand Master Wizard School is far greater than Hogwarts. Let me tell you, as far greater than Hogwarts is mere community college compared to this university. It is an incredible feat. It is something to not be fucked with. It is just something incredible. I can't even fathom it into muggle words how incredible this thing is. But he snuck me in, enrolled me into Arcane University. He saw my potential. Saw the effort I was putting into teaching myself, taking that initiative of wizardry. Because if he didn't do it, he knows that I could have gone down a very dark path. I could have been approached by the dark mages and used as a weapon against them, against all the good magic that's in the world. I could have been used for evil. But he took me in. Saw the potential. I trained in Arcane University. I trained to my heart's content, as much as I could take, my body could bear. Trained and trained and trained for many, many of centuries. And that's for another story, at another time. I'm done with this story, but that's how I got to Arcane University, where I trained and became the wizard I am today. Thank you. Thank you.